Hello dear viewers, welcome to this edition of the News in English here on Rwanda Television with me, Sarah Shinhori. We'll start with the headlines. The Rwanda Development Board and the Spanish football club Atletico de Madrid have announced a special partnership through the Visit Rwanda initiative. 3 people have died and 3 others have been injured after a mine collapsed as they were illegally extracting minerals in Gicumbi district of the northern province. Now the details. Thank you again for taking the time to join us. Today at Village Rugwiro, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Kagame, received Sean McCormick, the Chairman of the Trinity Metals, and his delegation. Their discussions focused on the investment and partnership opportunities available in the country, especially in the mining sector. Now, as we noted in the headlines, the Rwanda Development Board and the Spanish football club known as Atletico de Madrid have announced a special partnership through the Visit Rwanda brand. This partnership marks a significant step in promoting Rwanda on the international stage, and it is also the first time that Atletico de Madrid has undertaken such a collaboration with a brand originating from an African country. Both parties publicly announced the partnership at the same time, within the same hours and minutes. The announcement of this partnership between Rwanda and Atletico de Madrid follows a recent UEFA Champions League match between Arsenal FC from England and Paris Saint-Germain of France. The 2 clubs, along with Bayern Munich from Germany, also have partnerships with Visit Rwanda. Marketing experts affirm that the timing of the announcement between Rwanda and Atletico de Madrid was strategic. Those knowledgeable in advertising also agree that Rwanda's continuous marketing efforts through the Visit Rwanda brand reflect a strong commitment to raising the country's profile globally and seeking more opportunities for its future. The official website of Atletico states that the agreement with Rwanda will run until June 2028. The agreement outlines that during the final 5 matches of the current La Liga season and during the FIFA World Cup, Atletico de Madrid will wear, that was the FIFA Club World Cup. Atletico de Madrid will wear the Visit Rwanda logo on the chest of their training and warm-up kits. Furthermore, starting from next football season, Visit Rwanda will appear on the front chest of the Atletico de Madrid women's team kits during training and warm-ups, while both the men's and women's teams will wear the Visit Rwanda logo on the back of their official match kits. Visit Rwanda branding will also be displayed around the Riyadh Air Metropolitano Stadium, where Atletico de Madrid hosts its home games, and across the club's social media platforms. Now, investors in the hospitality sector, especially those on Rebero Hill in Kigali City, have commended the various infrastructure developments provided to them, saying these were a catalyst for investing in local tourism. They are now ready to pay the newly introduced 3% room value tax. We have the details with Enola Gladys Venimana.
On Rebero Hill, which overlooks Kigali City, there is a growing number of hotels of various standards thanks to the government's investment in infrastructure such as roads, electricity, internet and water. Some of the investors in these hotels say they are willing to properly pay the new 3% tax on room value, attributing it to the substantial government investment that attracted them in the first place.
First of all, we are very happy for the 3%. That means the hospitality industry is growing, and we couldn't be more excited to give it. So we can't wait to give our 3% as a contribution, as a token of contributing to Rwanda's economy. We see roads being built, hospitals, schools. That shows how Rwanda is using the money. So we will be contributing, and we are happy to do that.
First of all, you have a beautiful view. You get to see the entire city. We have very good food here, a very relaxing accommodation, and even the amenities that we offer. So it's a gem that people who want to come and discover Rwanda, especially in the hospitality industry, I would advise them to come and visit us because we've hosted quite a number of people and they really get to enjoy. The feedback that we get from them is amazing. So we want each and every guest who is coming to visit Rwanda to come and check out our hotel, to get to enjoy what we have to offer.
Statistics from the National Institute of Statistics show that unemployment remains an issue among Rwandans, with youth making up 18% of the unemployed population. The hotel sector is seen as a crucial source of employment for many young people.
Concerning to me, I personally, of course, I get paid and I use that money for my school fees. I'm a college student, for my school fees, for my daily needs, for my transport, and even to help my family to acquire some home needs.
Hospitality and tourism, it has helped me a lot in my career, in my personal life, and even my family. True skills that I got from here in Rwanda, hospitality and tourism, I think I'm able to work on international market.
The Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, Godfrey Kabera, says the 3% room value tax will help the country continue investing in this key sector. According to the 2024 report by the Rwanda Development Board, the total value of investments reached $3.2 billion, with tourism alone generating $647 million in revenue for the country. Enra Gladys, RwandaTV News.
No motorcyclist will again be fined more than 10,000 Rwandan francs, and those fined will now have 30 days to pay instead of the previous 3 days. These changes, brought great relief to motorcyclists during a meeting held on Wednesday with the Inspector General of Police, CG Felix Namuhoranyi. The taxi motorcyclists in Kigali expressed immense joy after meeting with various leaders who assured them that many of the issues they have long raised have been resolved, while others are still being addressed. Among those issues are the lack of sufficient parking areas, high insurance costs, and frequent fines. The Inspector General of Police told the motorcyclists that although their concerns are being addressed, they must also uphold proper conduct. Regarding the issue of limited parking, the Mayor of Kigali City, Samuel Dusenyumva, promised that 10 new parking lots will be constructed every year. On the matter of high motorcycle insurance costs, the Rwanda National Police said that they have been advocating on behalf of the riders and continue to do so in the new law governing road traffic offenses. Riders who reduce their violations may see a reduction in their insurance payments. This law will also stipulate that fines be paid within 30 days instead of the current 3. Now, the organizations Ibuka, Avega, and Aegis Trust are urging all Rwandans, particularly the youth, to reject and actively fight against the continued spread of genocidal ideologies related to the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. In discussions held with members of the parliament from the Commission for National Unity, Human Rights and Genocide Prevention, representatives of the organizations expressed serious concern about ongoing efforts by certain individuals to disseminate genocidal ideologies. They called on the MPs to continue working in partnership with other national institutions and to strengthen international collaboration, tracking and bringing to justice those promoting genocidal ideologies from abroad. The chairperson of the commission, Honorable Madina Nanjiza, stated that the Commission will review the recommendations and concerns raised by the Ministry of National Unity and Civic Engagement and other relevant institutions to ensure better implementation of the 2020 National Policy on Unity and Reconciliation and to promote everyone's role in putting it into practice. Additionally, the organizations urged the government to tighten penalties for those found guilty of genocide ideologies and related crimes. They also asked for a definitive resolution to all outstanding issues linked to Gacaca courts. Pardon me. Now, the Rwanda Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists has donated 10 vehicles to second-level teaching hospitals with which it collaborates to increase the number and capacity of professionals in the field. The president of the society stated that they will continue to work with the Ministry of Health to improve the quality of healthcare services.
Together with Ministry of Health through HRH program, 4x4 program, it's basically linked to increase the number of health professionals nurses, midwife, doctors, and the other subspecialty. So with this program of residency of Opsin Guy in a level 2 teaching hospital, we were able to bring faculty for abroad to help to run this program. So we were able also to equip the hospital to be able to be training centers, which means we procure the equipment, we try even to change some of the infrastructure to be able to run this program. On top of that, it was also important to have other means to be able to run the program. Reason why we were able also to secure today these cars. You can see the van, which will be handed to the hospital to be managed at the hospital level so that they can help faculty and the residents students.
The organization was founded back in 2012 and it currently has 130 members working in both public and private healthcare facilities. Again, as we noted in the headlines, in Gicumbi district, 3 people have lost their lives and 3 others were injured after a mine collapsed, while the 6 individuals were working illegally, extracting minerals in Miyove sector. Local authorities have reiterated their warning against unauthorized mining activities. The incident occurred on Tuesday at around 5 p.m. in an illegal mine site located in Kaje village, Mubugasel, Miyove sector. Local leaders and security organs responded immediately, launching rescue efforts. By nightfall, 4 miners had been retrieved. 1 was already dead, while the other 3 were rushed to hospital, 2 to Chinihira Hospital and 1 to Sehashika here in Kigali. Search efforts for the remaining 2 continued into Wednesday morning, but were hampered by flooding and landslides. Unfortunately, by mid-afternoon, the 2 remaining miners were recovered, but had already died. Despite such tragic incidents, locals say some people repeatedly return to such dangerous sites. In response, the vice mayor in charge of social affairs immediately ordered a security patrol in the area and announced that the site would be filled in by Friday. Some residents voiced frustration over their unmet requests to benefit from the mining operations. The problem of illegal mining in Miyove is long-standing and continues to challenge local authorities. The vice mayor has called on the Rwanda Mines, Petroleum and Gas Board to take urgent action on the matter. All the victims were originally from Mbuyesel, Rukovo sector in Rulindo district. Despite the activity being illegal, community members whispered to journalists that such mining operations often have powerful individuals operating behind the scenes. Now, the 6th coordination meeting on the implementation of the Green Growth and Climate Resilience Strategy held today, Wednesday. The Ministry of Environment urged its partners to move beyond small-scale initiatives and instead develop broader and integrated programs that support both community development and climate adaptation. Among the key partners is the ACOS network, which has spent nearly 30 years working with communities to restore degraded hillsides and wetlands, as noted by the organization's Executive Director, Dr. Sam Kanyamibwa.
We work very closely with the Ministry of Environment. In fact, the ministry is our tutel ministry. As you can see today, we are talking about the green growth and the climate resilience strategy. We work with the ministry at the level of planning, like today, but we also are very active on the ground. We involve a number of communities. We work in 16 districts in Rwanda. We engage 80,000 households who are part of our network of community groups that we call Friends of Nature Associations. And these communities, we are involved in sustainable land management practices, sustainable agriculture or smart agriculture. We are working with them really to improve their livelihoods, the productivity in a very sustainable way, and also how we can help to access the market. We do a number of activities. For example, we have 2 carbon projects where we focus on tree planting, and in this tree planting we emphasize on indigenous species, where 50% of species we plant are indigenous, our local species, because this is very important for biodiversity. one of the problems we have is about diversity loss. So we have also in these projects a large program of community development. We establish a revolving fund. We have now over 100 revolving funds established in different cells, where these communities are grouped into Friends of Nature Association, and each community group can access a loan that they can reimburse over a period of time with a small interest to put money back, and this can stay forever. And we have a big agenda for landscape restoration. We have now established over 5,000 hectares of land with the terraces for anti-erosion practices.
2022, Rwanda revised its national framework for aligning development initiatives across sectors with environmental sustainability goals. The Minister of Environment, Dr. Valentine Uwamariya, has emphasized that achieving the goals outlined in the strategy requires a shift in operational approaches from isolated projects to comprehensive multi-sectoral projects that demonstrate tangible impact.
Considering the climate issues that we are going to experience in several years, I think we will be in danger. So sitting here the whole morning, you haven't wasted your time. It's a good opportunity for all stakeholders that are working on climate resilience programs to sit together and rethink on what we are doing and what we can do better to really tackle the issues around climate change. So today's dialogue has delivered a clear and powerful message to all of us. The message is the time for small steps like we've been doing has passed. So we are to realize the ambitions of the revised green growth and climate resilience strategy. And for this, as I said in my introductory remarks, we must act boldly, decisively, and we have to do it all together. It's not something that will be done by one institution. It can't be done by the government alone. It has to be a shared responsibility.
The Green Growth Climate Resilience Strategy complements Rwanda's broader national plans, including the Vision 2050, the second phase of the National Strategy for Transformation, usually referred to as NST2, the country's commitments under the 2015 Paris Agreement. These efforts are central to Rwanda's ambition to build a climate-resilient, low-carbon economy while ensuring sustainable development for its citizens. As always, I'm glad you are able to join us for this edition. Thank you so much, and do stay with Rwanda Television as the programs continue. Goodbye.